It happened to me last February.
It happened to me on a night shift.
It happened to me a month ago.
Happened to me in September.
It happened to me 2 weeks ago.
It happened to me in 2018.
I was arresting a suspect on suspicion of burglary. He tried to throw me out of a moving van. He punched me, he strangled me, and he threatened me with an axe.
I was racially abused and spat at.
I was subject to a great deal of verbal aggression from a single patient.
We had a patient a month ago who became quite verbally aggressive and abusive to the point where 2 other members of staff had to run to my room.
Just before bonfire night, we were attacked in the west end of Newcastle by some local youths. I've only been in the job just over 12 months.
The gentleman was brought in with leg injury. He'd clearly been assaulted. Once the police attended to take a report, the patient became extremely aggressive, verbally abusive to the staff and racist.
Well, in the last 12 months, I've had 2 staff who've taken early retirement following being attacked at work. One who was spat at, kicked, punched, screamed at. The other one was held at knife point, unable to get out of the property.
I was punched by a patient.
I was called into a room to a patient that we had. I asked what the patient wanted and she turned on me physically. She pinned me to a bed and started to kick me in the chest and pull at my shoulders and hair.
It happened to us. I'm an experienced officer. I've been in the force for 10 years. The level of violence shocked us. I've come to work to help people, not to get attacked.
You could be black, white, it makes no difference. You're here to give people help and support, not to be abused.
This made us feel very concerned and worried for myself and my colleagues' well-being.
We were fearful for myself and also the rest of the crew.
After he had made quite an impact on not just myself, on many of the patients waiting in the main waiting area.
It's quite intimidating, especially when you're in that room just with the door shut by yourself.
After the attack, it made me feel really emotionally vulnerable. Walking into work, scared people were behind me. Going into a room on my own with them, I felt like every person was looking at me, and it really made me feel very overwhelmed just doing my job.